What's the deal, YouTube? We're back with the weekly Big Gamer Small Talk podcast. We got a special guest today. He's like a celebrity. He swings by every leap year, every 4 years.
I come in and I creep in on y'all. That's what happens.
He slide through like the Pope and bless everybody, man.
Had that song going on, tiptoeing in my Jordans.
Hey, so we haven't heard from you for a long time. So, have you been keeping up with what's been going on with the news, with the console stuff, with Microsoft?
Oh yeah, I've been keeping up with everything. You know I have.
Well, first of all, what are your thoughts? Or we haven't spoken to you about the PS4 Pro. What are your thoughts about that? Did you watch the Sony event? Were you pleased? Were you displeased? You know, unsatisfied?
That event was trash, point blank. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing but multiplats, a bunch of multiplats. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got to the consoles, it was just, you know what I'm saying, it underperformed because we thinking the Neo was going to be this. And it wasn't even the Neo no more. It was the Pro. It's like they changed the name for some strange reason. I ain't understand that trash. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Maybe the Neo, the name, you know, copyrighted or something. I don't know, but you know.
And it could have been, but you promoted it as the Neo the whole time, though. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you changed the name. You promoted it as it was going to be the Neo. And what I think it was just, it didn't match up to that Neo power. So they just kind of just, you know what I'm saying, balled out of it. Like, let's call it a Pro, you know what I'm saying? And just get on out the way. You know, this ain't on Neo stats.
Isn't it crazy, though, how they do that, though? They call it Pro, and it does anything but what a Pro would be. Like, when you say Pro and anything else, right? AC, Pro, Am, anything in the world that was always the one tier up. This is the only time that the Pro means stagnant. Not moving, the same shit. I've never seen, if you look up Pro in the dictionary, it doesn't mean the same shit or not moving. It means better than or advanced.
Heck yeah. Well, you know they're underperforming.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well, you know what? I'm gonna play the role of the protagonist. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, and I think we get a lot of slack. You know, a lot of criticism around this gaming community. Not that we care, but Sony has, and their fan base has pushed this line, this agenda of native. You know, upscale is for, you know, is for the shit box, 720p box, and this, that, and the other. And then you see how they try to, you know, either change this narrative. Now they're saying, you know, all we need is, you know, 1080p 60 is better than 4K 30. But now it comes out that the Pro is not, you know, graphically demanding games. You know, look at, you know, Tomb Raider, Horizon Zero Dawn, those games are not even 1080p locked 60 frames a second. You know what I mean? It's because they really, you know.
Wasn't that the whole purpose of the Neo, though? It was supposed to be 1080, 60 lock, right? That was the whole purpose of them going that move.
Well, I mean, but that's what they've been promising, you know, get used to hearing 1080p 60 frames a second, you know, and here we have the mid-gen or cycle refresh or mid, you know, upgrade or whatever, and they still can't, you know, achieve 1080p 60.
That's crazy.
On a lot of,
you know what? You might as well save your chips on that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it's doing the same as the 4, no need.
Well, that's what I said to Zaire. I begged him. I said, Z, do me a personal favor. I said, just get your ass to GameStop and go buy that used PS4 again. Do not give Sony one of your earned red cents. Do not do it, please. I'm begging you.
Jesus.
Hey, next gen gonna go get it anyway, man.
No,
you know
I reserved it. You know what is my quote?
You know what he gonna say?
Faggot
love gadgets.
Yeah, you know my famous quote. I'm a faggot. I put it. I don't have it. Here's the thing. I will say this. To be honest with you, if I didn't trade in my PS4, you know, when GameStop was giving out 200. I'm sorry, GameStop was giving out 200. And, you know, and Best Buy does the price match. I took it to Best Buy. Right. I got the money for it, and I have it here on the card. I wouldn't, if I didn't have the PS4, if I had my PS4, I probably wouldn't get a Pro. Because, again, I wasn't that thrilled. No, I wasn't that blown away, I would say. I was really expecting more from the console, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you know, Sony was, I think, you know, as far as, I don't know, they, like I said, spreading themselves too thin. They got the VR, they got the Slim, and they got the Pro, you know what I mean? They should have put a beefier CPU in it.
Yo, Z, real quick, before, and I want to talk hardware, man. You know that's my thing. But listen, here's the thing. You just said it yourself. They got the Slim, they got the Pro, and they got the PSVR. You know what they don't got? No games.
No games.
Ain't nothing coming. So you got 3 pieces of hard. That's like having a fucking Toaster Pro and no bread. Listen, I got news for you. There is nothing coming from this goddamn company, man. There is nothing coming. Even the game that we don't even want. The game we don't even want, they postpone. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's crazy, right? That's ridiculous. I mean, it's someone's got to start calling them out. The other problem I got is you got these IGNs. Just so everybody knows, I'm a little I'm gonna have to pull a Dave Chappelle and be like, turn my headphones up because to be real with you, my voice is going a little bit from this cold I got. So Flip Bayless, too, he's like, yo, Mooch. He goes, you got a new mic. You sound like you're far away. I'm like, no, man, I'm just kind of losing my voice from this cold. But, yeah, turn my headphones up.
Turn them up.
My headphones up.
Turn those fuckers up.
With the pootie tank right.
Turn the speakers up. Turn that pootie tank right.
With the whammy tie right quick, man.
Yo, listen, Z, you've always said you're a dude that likes the gadgets. You know what I'm saying? But listen, and I'm with you. But the only thing I've ever asked when we go get these gadgets that are new, I ask for them to be new and upgraded. New for a reason. Listen, you can't say new and it's the same shit as you just had. That ain't new. So that's why I said to you, just go get that PS4. You can get a regular one, vanilla one back again. Maybe even one that was the Batman one or some shit like that for a little cheaper. That was one of the designs you wanted. And cop that because you're not going to get your money back on this Pro. That Pro is worthless. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know this, Z, right? You were going phone to phone, phone to phone. Yeah. When you get an iPhone, people can bullshit and hate Apple all they want. You get an iPhone for $300. In 2 years, you can sell for $300. Okay? You got something coming. Samsung, you walk into Verizon, and you got to be fucking Bruce Lee. You got to dodge the fucking Samsungs they're throwing at you when you walk in there. You're giving them shit. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, shit, the brand new. That just came out last week, and you can have 2 of them. I'm like, what? So I was like, all right, listen. You know, listen, it's crazy.
2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. 2 for 1 Samsung 7s. Get the fuck out of here. That's because one blows up in your pocket on the way home. You know, listen, the problem is, you know, so what I'm saying to you here is, Z, you're going to walk out with the PS4 Pro, and you're not going to get no money back next year for that, or the year after that. PS5's not for a minute, so you're not going to get nothing on that return. So you might as well get the PS4 vanilla for $100. Buy that shit back, and just play the games. I can track down my old console right there. Yeah, right. Yeah. in the pawn shop store or something. But listen, I mean, listen, we gotta admit here, Horizon Zero Dawn did look awesome. So what to me, you know what I mean? Did you think it looked good to you for the show?
What's that you said?
Horizon Zero Dawn. Did it look good to you when they showed it?
Yeah, it looked good.
And I mean, I don't know, man. Jesus.
It looks good. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna be okay.
But you know, here's the thing. Well, like I said to me, and you guys can take it from here. And maybe Sony made to me. You know, well, here's the thing. They've been the industry darling thus far this generation, and this. But now that Microsoft are going to take away their ace up their sleeve. Like I said again, like Sony's had the better version of the multiplex. And I said it again and again. It hasn't been exclusives. It's the multiplex that rule. You know what I mean? You may see, and the much they like to scream Uncharted, it may have charted that 1 month for the NPD, and then you don't see it anymore. You see the same NBA 2K, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Minecraft. You see the same Destiny. You see the same goddamn 10 games month after month after month. Now going forward, Scorpio is going to have the better version of the multiplex. There's no denying that. So do you think Sony's going to maybe double down on the exclusives because they showed off what Spider-Man and those games maybe late 2017, early 2018. They don't have no money. Go ahead,
the way they've been all gen with their releases, you got to look at them a little differently. They're not producing on time. They're delaying every game's been delayed except for the 2 launch titles, Knack, which is nothing special, but and Killzone, but everything else has been delayed numerous times out of holiday seasons. Again, they don't have a holiday AAA. Really? No. I mean, you're not going to call Last Guardian a AAA. It isn't. I'm sorry.
No, it's a freaking ending.
It's going to be $60 because they charge a premium. Seems for anything. Yeah. That game on Xbox 340.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell I'm messing with you.
No, you're right. Exactly. People
No Man's Sky was a debacle.
Yeah, people are either going to wake up and be real, You know, the same people. These are the same people who are now saying that Sony are geniuses because they're using checkerboard. Checkerboard.
Isn't that crazy?
And
for upgrading.
Yeah, these are the same people that said Xbox is a blurry mess 900p to 1080p. So you guys got all your cards called out, and I'm sorry, you're going to have to live with it. Wrong or right, you guys made your bed. Now you're going to sleep in it. That's all there is to it. That's a lesson in life. Next time, don't go after shit. Now you're going to learn.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, Tim. And the thing is, though, here's the problem. We, the consumers, will have to see how bad the Sony performs. But you know what sucks? Is what you just said should be across 5 or 6 different headlines on different gaming sites. Now, Sony, you've laid in your own bed. What are you going to do for us this holiday? What are you doing for us come next year? And how do you answer Scorpio? Where are the real questions? Why aren't people asking them that? Instead, the media prints that bullshit that vice president said over in Sony's vice president in Europe. That asshole who made some kind of comment like, "Oh, the Scorpio's a reaction, it's a reaction move by Microsoft because they freaked out about the Pro." Freaked out about what, man? They're coming out with a giant. They're going to come out with a juggernaut. Like
the Pro that's fucking running 45 to 40 frames per second on Call of Duty. The new Call of Duty, that juggernaut, that we're being reactionary about that.
Yeah.
No, the story about it, and this comes from Microsoft. The story about it is Microsoft was offered to do the same thing as Neo, but they said, nah, it's a half step. We're going for the full shebang. We're going for 4K. We have to wait till 2017. They don't have VR bullshit that they got to deal with. They don't got to deal with that. The Sony fan base has to deal with a machine that's a half step to basically cater to a VR that nobody really seems to give a fuck about right now. There's no hype about it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It is what it is. There's nothing reactionary about it. Phil saw the specs. He said, nah, that's not good. I want to hit native 4K. I'll wait till 2017. End of story. So Andrew House can go fuck himself. Him and his smug attitude. Him and the things that he says. But he's the first one to throw shots, and all of a sudden he's a fucking saint. I mean, give me a break with these guys. The whole thing is blowing up in their face, and every one of these fucking hypocrites or these fucking assholes that fucking took the knife to Microsoft's necks, they got it turned around on them. And guess what? You're not getting out of it. We're not going to let you go.
No.
We're just going to say, we're going to hold you. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's the basic thing here. You basically made your bed, and you made this stuff important, and you fucking ridiculed the console. You ridiculed the company. You made fun of them. You fucking harped on everything. And now it's all fucking blowing up in your face. Good job.
No, I'll tell you right now, that's the whole thing, guys, right there. That's the key thing is that these guys came out day one, and they were shitting on Microsoft with no remorse, nothing.
Post the fucking chart, Yoshida. And I hear these fucking little fucking people on internet. They fucking posted a chart. They fucking made videos. They deserve it. Stop crying.
Yes.
Stop crying. Man up.
And you know what the thing is, though? What Microsoft did wasn't even actually it was nothing like a jab at anybody individually. It was just, hey, our product's better than yours. And they cried about it.
And they cried about it for fucking 3 days. They fucking called Phil and complained. I mean,
didn't Yoshida send out a text and a tweet and was like, this unprofessional?
No, that was
PlayStation Germany.
Like that.
Yeah, PlayStation Germany did that.
PlayStation Germany. I thought it was Yoshida. Yeah, it's Germany. No, it's all in their feelings.
Yoshida was a big bowl of laughs when it was Microsoft posting charts.
Oh, heck yeah, it was.
And really taking it to them. So stop crying, guys. Did it yourself. This is what you got to deal with. Next time, take the nicer route, and maybe this stuff doesn't come back around. I don't know what to tell anybody who pushed for this stuff and did all this stuff. Now now it's blown up in their face. It's on you. It's all on you, guys. It's on you, Sony. It's on you, House. It's on you, Yoshida. It's all on you because you guys made it that way.
Man, I like the excuse he gave them for No Man's Sky. That was just classic stuff right there, boy. He He told his consumers. He said it wasn't promoted right.
They're just indie developer.
And not only that, it's really what do you expect? It's an indie developer. Like, trash, man.
And it's the same
and
guy.
We were sitting here the whole time saying it's an indie and it's not worth $60. That was our biggest argument about the game. It wasn't worth $60. And here they come and they confirmed it was a freaking indie. You know what I'm saying? And y'all sit here and pay $60 for an indie game. And all we got from you dang on ponies was, well, indie games can be AAA games. What makes it a AAA game? It's the backing of a AAA company like Sony.
This is what Sony said. I'm going to read verbatim. We are going to put the full weight of PlayStation behind it. It is not a full weight. It is not a self-published small indie title on the platform. That was when they were trying to get your money.
Yeah.
And now when they have to give you back your money, this is the answer you get. He didn't have a PR person helping him. And in the end, he is an independent developer. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
They're
liars. Here's the cake what he did that had me cracking up laughing. He said, I can't say if it was a success or not. I'm happy because of the sales and we got paid. We got paid off that trash. You know what I'm saying? So he was happy with how the game sold. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care one way or another. Was it a good game, bad game, whatever.
You got a game out
that he got paid.
You got a game out right now, called Recore. That's $40 that people keep having an artificial problem with in the media. And let me tell you something: $40. That game, that No Man's Sky, was $60. That was a $60 garbage, broken piece of shit, and it broke records in sales. Now, the reason he said we don't know how we're doing is because half of those fucking copies had to get returned.
Oh yeah,
on their money.
People was mad. They was returning the trash.
It was garbage, absolute garbage.
And it wasn't what they said it was. You know what I'm saying? They had it as this big old open world.
Let me tell you something else, though, Joe. The PS4 is not what they told us it was. Yeah. They told us
1080p is 60 or death.
Yep, 1080p.
The fucking Pro's not 1080p or 60 or death.
Yeah, the Pro, a system that comes out 3 years after they promised this 1080p, 60 frames, still can't do it.
Yeah, go look at the Call of Duty 1080p or death. You're fucking dead. Go look at the Call of Duty Digital Foundry analysis. Go take a look at it. It's posted. I just posted it on my Twitter. Okay, 1080p 60 or death. You're fucking dead. It's 45 all over the place. That's on another $400 machine. So seriously, when is it going to come a time where they get called out?
So you telling me it still had that centipede effect?
Yes.
Yeah, that's that
the frame rates.
Yeah.
Let's go look at it.
Be more careful.
There's no NeoGaf thread on that. There's nobody talking about that. You know, a new machine. Now listen, am I being a little harsh? Maybe, but this is the same stuff that you guys do to Microsoft. Why can't it be done to you?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah. And the minute we say something, it's like we're the bad guy.
Yeah.
We're the bad guy.
It's short-lived. Okay, Andrew. Why don't you go on stage and talk about your competitor, about how they talk, how they treat their customers and all that stuff, the shots that you took.
I still come back. Don't be Saudi though, Tim, with the comment that he made at E3. He was like, well, what we was doing was just a lateral move. It was a console upgrade. What Microsoft did, they changed the generation.
No, they didn't have VR to cater to. That's the bottom line.
You know what it was? I'm going to tell you. The King of K's hit him in his face. That's what happened, right? Yeah. That dude was butthurt.
Well, you know, we said it in the beginning of this show, and Tim, I think you said it. You were right. Here's the thing. Phil Spencer made the comment at the Build, right, at the Build convention that was like in March. He's like, we will not do a minute little upgrade. We're going to do something. Next time we put something out, it'll be substantial. And Phil's already on record as saying that they're working on the successor to Scorpio. And that's not that far-fetched nowadays. Now we're basically building miniature PCs, okay? These are PCs.
Yeah, you know it's in trouble when the whole fan base is crying for PS5 in 2018. How pathetic can that be? And also, I just want to make a point, Mooch.
Go ahead.
Spencer in 2014 came out on the E3 stage, and he said he gave a very nice compliment to Sony, and he put them in a nice position. He said some nice things. That was never done on their side. They've never done anything like that.
Bill had his integrity the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
He
even took responsibility for the failures of the Xbox One. He took the weight of all that because he said he was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at none of that trash. You know what I'm saying? He took the responsibility for the whole thing of the Xbox One.
That's what a true leader does.
That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Even though we kind of got on him because he was being a little too nice, but we know he had the Scorpio up his sleeve, though. You know what I'm saying? When he hit us with that, oh my God.
I say this, though. This Microsoft that we have now, this present day, the way that they're moving, it reminds me kind of the Microsoft of the old. We got the theme console, the colors, and like they're really, really firing all cylinders. They're being vocal. You know what I mean? But listen, you know, one of mine, and you know, you guys kind of one of my biggest, you know, problems with Microsoft this generation. They've just been too nice. This is business. This is a dog eat dog. You have to take to the media. You have to brag about your strengths. And I like how they're like, hey, listen, again, like Al Purnell came out and said the console was made to do 4K 60. That's been repeated over and over again. And even the guy in the interview, all of their exclusives, you know, are going to be made, you know, they're going to be 4K, native 4K. And while Sony, again, like I guess we're talking about that Digital Foundry, but it's crazy. They say that we had these tinfoil hats on our head, and how could Digital Foundry? Now they're talking about, well, the way that Sony achieves their 4K is quite astounding. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's basically the same thing, you know, maybe a little bit different, but it's the same type of technique that Quantum Break used it, and that was shit on. That's stuck at 720p. That's not 20p. That's where 2016 720p. That's what everyone went with. So why should it be different? There's no reason why it should be different. They half-stepped. They're taking out optical ports. They're not adding 4K players and pushing 4K media that everything's going to accommodate your TVs. They're being cheap fucks. Call them out for what it is. Okay, they're delaying their games. They're charging you for fucking games that don't belong to be 60. They're fighting you on everything. They're hiring the price of fucking PSN that falls four times in a week after drops. They don't say a word. They take your money, and you guys basically just get on you know, you get on your high horse and love everything that they do.
Let me add something to Tim's though, real quick, Joe. Here's the thing: they just announced the PS4 Pro a couple weeks ago, and Tim's right. They're already like, "Well, that was nice. When's the PS5 coming?" You know you got problems, right? No. Right? Here we are. They're like, Phil was like, yo, we're giving you Scorpio in a year. And we're like, we're still like, yo, we can't wait for Scorpio. We're talking about it. We can't wait. We're not even thinking about the successor. They're like, okay, House, that's nice. How about that PS5? Because that looks like some shit you just put on stage. And like, it's over, man. Like,
it must be another fucking 500. I'm going to buy the Pro, and then later I'm going to spend another 500.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is? Classic signs of defeat, man. They put the Pro out the same time the Slim come out, don't it?
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm talking about. That you know, the media said that what Microsoft was doing was it was going to confuse the consumer. They kicked off the X. Remember, that's what I'm talking about. You know, when we like it's crazy, like you know what I mean, like the IGNs and the GameSpots, and they didn't understand what Microsoft would announce the Scorpio and then reveal the S. And I was saying, you know, we went back and forth from here on stage. Like I'm telling you guys that Microsoft, they had to do it because at the end of the day, you know, you have Sony, what they do, you have to put at least in their, you know, their fan base. And that's what we needed. We've been getting our teeth kicked in this whole generation. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, this generation has not been about the games. You know what I mean? You know, it's you know, but who got the better? Like I said, we can go back and forth who got the better, you know, exclusive. That's you may like God of War, you may like Gears of War, whatever the case may be. But I always said, and again, you know, it was very strange to me for console gamers to be arguing about resolution in frames per second when 99.9% of the PS3 library was 540p, upscaled to 720p or 1080p or whatever the case may be. Now, that's not my opinion. That's fact. We didn't. Then it was about who got the better exclusives. Like I said, you know, I noticed that, and like I said, I wasn't a part of this whole community during the 360. Well, you know, towards the end, you know, the PS3 and 360, and I can see, like I said, they just try to change the agenda, whatever to fit Sony's narrative. You know what I mean? Now they're saying, "What 4K 30 is a fail." It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't even matter if the Scorpio doesn't even do 4K 60. As long as it runs games at a higher resolution and frame rate than the Neo or the Pro, that's all that matters. Now they took what now they. I saw a video from Hip Hop Gamers or something between the PS4 Pro and PC. The Scorpio doesn't have a chance. What the fuck? What does a personal computer have to do with this conversation? Nothing. It's crazy as hell.
They had to jump to the next. That's like if you're like a SeaWorld, right? And like all of a sudden Scorpio's the shark, and finally you put the shark in there with that little shark in the PS4 Pro. They're like, oh, wait a minute, this killer whale is going to eat up the Scorpio. All they keep doing is going one fish higher in the food chain until finally they have a winning argument. Anything in the world they can do to get Microsoft to look bad, that's what they do. The minute that Microsoft steps on Sony, they're like, oh, you know what we got to do? We got to go to PC Planet and figure out what the hell it's outrageous. The other thing is that, listen, here's the other point that I wanted to make on my harp about what's coming out in Scorpio versus what's coming out in the Pro. Not only the little things, but Microsoft with the with the Xbox One S gave you a revised, a really true, honest-to-God revised controller, okay? With Bluetooth technology in it, better grips, the analog sticks are tight, everything, a flushed-in Xbox symbol, so it's a complete redesign in essence, and it's been tweaked out. Here's what the PS4 Pro gives you.
More range, too.
Yeah.
More range.
It does one for I was outside taking up the trash, and I was at the party, and I still heard my friends talking. Yeah, I was outside in the backyard getting the trash together.
Compared to a fucking light that nobody wants.
A light that nobody cared about. Now they just took a piece of plastic off the front so you can see the color smash it in the face.
Take my money.
Yeah.
Give me your money.
I'll take two.
Give me your number. Sony, give me your money.
Yeah. Let's not forget the god awful tweeter box that's on the front of that damn thing.
Or that speaker.
The little speaker.
Yeah, that speaker. You shake it up.
That's annoying. Boy, you be hearing stuff from the game like,
yeah.
You know what? Just don't be fake about it. The whole situation, what we're speaking here is truth right now. That's the bottom line. We're speaking truth. Okay? You're gonna either be a man. Listen, everyone in life. If you're wrong about something, you either do two things: you deflect and you pretend it's wrong, or you do something and not face it, or you face it. You guys put this all on yourself. All the shit that we're talking about is true. Okay?
Yeah.
The facts are Microsoft has more features. Microsoft's been doing a better job offering things like, Design Lab, and they have been more in tune with the fans. They have been doing a lot more than Sony. They've been delivering more games than Sony. Remember the indie argument? Microsoft is coming out with basically getting all the indies. They're getting Witness. They're getting all these things. They're delivering the big AAA titles. They're doing a better job, okay? And all the shit that's going on with Pro, let's call it for what it is. It is a half step. It is catering to VR, a headset that very few people are really getting hyped for. I thought the hype would be so much more. It's not. People don't like Oculus that much, okay? People bought Oculus. They have Oculus. They don't use it. It's an experience.
They said Sony spent $600 million on that VR.
Yeah. So what do you think that they're going to do? You think they're really going to give a shit about the people? And when they took out that 4K and didn't deliver it, basically they said, well, it doesn't matter, and we're looking at the analytics, and everything shows that people use streaming. And then 3 weeks later, they've released they're going to have their own UHD player. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they came out with their own 4K player, which I thought was interesting, Tim. When I first saw that advertised, I thought they were going to say that would be. Remember the old Xbox 360 that it had the HD DVD attachment, that thing you could hook up to your 360?
Yes.
I thought that's what when I saw Sony put that out, I was like, oh shit! I'm like, they're going to have an external 4K player. And
here's the thing: you can make videos and you could say this and that. Why 4K? The people expected the fans, all of us expected the Pro to have UHD player. If somebody told you the night before their thing that it's not going to have a UHD, you would say bullshit, bullshit. So they expected it. So when people are damage controlling it, everyone just expected it. Nobody expected it not to have UHD player. It was just expected. They pretty much cheaped out. They took out the optical port on the Slim. Why would they do that? I have no idea. It's time to really be fair about it. If you're gonna call out one company so hard, why do you put blinders on for the other? Seriously, what is that all about?
You know what? I think at the end of the day, maybe because especially right before these consoles launched, the PS4 and the Xbox One, Sony was in really, really bad space financially. And I think the media got scared, said, oh, shit, we can't lose Sony. This is around the time, and people have like amnesia, like they forget this. This was around the time, again, that Sony was selling their buildings.
Remember the government taxed on them? They said their credit was in it was dumpster juice.
Yeah, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So I think they got this kind of inside push from a lot of these sites and stuff. And again, I remember you told us the story, Tim, about why so many people are people who hate Microsoft. The Windows part of Microsoft. Even when I went to school, I don't know if you guys ever heard of school. Chubb, I went to computer school, got my A+ certification and all that stuff. And even my teachers and stuff hated Microsoft for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? And they taught us Linux and Unix and all that good shit. But anyway, I said this is people for what, and I'm not saying that Sony has not contributed to gaming. You know what I mean? Outlawed. We would probably be stuck in art in the cave, and Nintendo still had the realm of things, but progress gaming forward. But to me, like I said, I'm looking at what Microsoft brought to gaming, as far as the online, voice chat mandatory in every game, achievement, everything, the things that Sony said were no good, we didn't need. You know what I mean? They went back and copied from Microsoft.
Rumble, didn't the Rumble? Wasn't the Rumble?
You know what? Like I said the day, I have a memory elephant. I told someone, like to say, every time Microsoft sells a console, Sony gets paid because of Blu-ray. I said, well, Sony doesn't own Blu-ray. This board, and actually Microsoft was on the board of the name association of the format. What Sony did, they were the first one to patent a Blu-ray player. I said, if you want to be technical, Microsoft owns the security that's in the Blu-ray that keeps you from breaking them and stuff. I said, you can run back. Said that back in 2000, I believe it was 4 or 2003, a company called Immersion Sony sued Microsoft for their Rumble technology and stuff. Sony owed them like $45 million. Sony didn't want to pay. That's when the PS3 controllers came out. When the console first launched, they didn't Rumble. Microsoft paid the $10 million fine and bought them in half the goddamn company. I think the name of the company is called Immersion. So basically, every time a DualShock 3, 4, whatever gets sold, Microsoft got their hands in a lot of pots, man, and a lot of different pockets at the end of the day. But again,
Microsoft is not perfect. They've been called out for when they screwed up. All right, they got their face stomped. All right, they got curb stomped. All right, yes. And I don't like people like one guy, Hovey. He's a good guy. He says you hate Sony. I don't hate Sony. Okay, I hate the fucking perception that it's perfect and Microsoft and the kid glove treatment by the media, and how much hate is spewed at Microsoft. See, what I do is I take that hate back from NeoGAF and all this bullshit, all these haters, and I spit it right back at people. But those same people say, it's just like House. They start crying the victim when you do it to them. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, let's be just gamers and stuff like that. The hate and vitriol that all this stuff has went on from Microsoft from 2013 has been, a ton of hate, a ton of hate. Craziness, okay? So maybe if I give it back a little, you know what? It's because you got to open your eyes to what's going on here. You got to open up your eyes to. You have to call all I'm asking is for a fair playing field.
That's all. You know what? Hey, B-Crap Gamer. Wait, hold up. Give. Fat bastard.
Oh, shoot.
Ding dong.
Oh, shoot. Rhino.
Fat bastard. No. Listen.
He had a whole bunch of names. The master.
I was at the hospital last night. My grandmother had to bring her a plate, right? And I had Crap's video playing. Crap said, I'm the master disaster. My grandma said, no, my grandma said, who's that asshole?
Master of Disaster. What is that? Is that from wrestling?
That's from Rocky. That's from Rocky.
Rocky.
The albino rhino, the master of disaster. Extraordinaire.
She said, "Who's that asshole?"
You should have been like that. You should have been like, Grandma, that's just Action Jackson. He's fine.
Yeah, that's Action Jackson.
That's Action Jackson right there.
Say, the fuck is he talking about? Who's that asshole? What pony leg did he break? Bastard. I'm like, nah, Grandma, this is the saying. Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry. As what you were saying, but I guess that's all. You know what? That's the inception of my YouTube character. You want to say Next Gen 720? Don't get me wrong, you do get some of out here within my character. Like I said, 99.9% of the stuff is for entertainment. You know, I'm an Xbox guy through and through. You know, I make no pros about it. It is what it is. But you know, once I saw, because when I first started doing YouTube, I didn't, like I said, I stumbled upon this community, guys, and I didn't know there was grown men that actually played the Wii. That was their peripheral console of choice. So, you know, my whole channel would go back of Nintendo and guys playing on the Wii. Pokemon Gold! You know, those guys over there and shit. So, and, you know, somebody gave me that video too the other day. I mean, I forgot about Black Buster crying over I watched it, but that's another story.
Oh, yeah. Zaire, that was top 3 or one of your best.
I know. Listen, I watched that video. My wife said,
repost that for people tonight. You should just put it back up.
I am. You guys got to see this. This is Next Gen in its rare form.
Hey, I had reposted a video me and you did with the res, the disease res.
That was the one with the church.
Hey, I was weak, man.
Oh yeah. We had some classes up there, but that with Black Buster Critic talking about Pokemon Go. Oh, this console war bullshit. That was the class.
Yeah, it was.
So
man.
The whole inception of my thing there was making fun of these guys. You know, shooting videos in their twin bed in their bedrooms and just fucking PS2 cameras, toys. So then after the launch of the announcement of the Xbox One, you know what I mean? And again, I'm not saying that the criticism that Microsoft didn't, but I don't want to say it wasn't unfair, but I just say sometimes you need to get the shit knocked out of you you know what I mean, to get your bearings. Like, I don't know, Microsoft just got kind of big here. They I will say this, they didn't know their audience. It was the hardcore gamer that took off work and to watch the unveil, you know, and that again, and Microsoft panicked and, like you said, the expression, they threw the baby out with the water. It's not that the TV stuff wasn't cool. People wanted to see the games and you know, and stuff like that. So that's why then the whole DRM, that shit went sideways, and then after that was the debacle of the 720 PS. When I met Tim lost it.
Yeah, always online. That was another thing that
you know what I mean. So you know their policies and stuff, which I didn't have a problem with. Just to be honest with you, who buys a next generation console is not online. I didn't get it, but I've seen there that it wasn't fair. Now, if Microsoft would have came at E3, because E3 to me they killed it. They showed nothing but games. You understand what I'm saying? And they still saved Sony when I'm like, what? But this one I know the fix was in. That's when I started my thing. The Next Gen 720 was born. That's when we doing videos. Just me and John. You have 2 likes in the comment section. Me and John 6,000 dislikes. You know what I mean? You know, I was fighting the war out there by my dad.
Oh, John Doe.
It's your boy. You know what I mean? This was Pratt was still doing his Mr. Parker thing. You know, I mean, this is way. You guys had to go back about 2012, 2013. But I mean, I seen it then that it wasn't fair. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't think no company is perfect at the end of the day, but Sony gets a pass for everything. You know, the worst part is now not only do they get a pass for everything that we've known, the new part about this now is now even if Microsoft has a better product and they say something, Sony starts crying. They're like the fact that Andrew House made that comment is that, you know, we use the word salty, crybaby, this, that, whatever. That's all. That is so unprofessional. That is so unprofessional to come out and be like, well, I guess that Mr. Nice Guy is short-lived for Microsoft. Get the fuck out of here. The honeymoon is over.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Again, and when I say but not fair, had Microsoft came on stage and brought out the developer who just made Recore. What's the guy's name? The famous
Fumi-san?
And asked for a Kickstarter, and Phil Spencer donates $29. Remember Yoshida donated $29 for the Kickstarter for Shenmue 3? You know what I mean? What'd you say?
Wait, I say he pulled that cash out his wallet.
You guys remember when they had the Kickstarter for Shamu 3?
Yeah.
And he donated $29. You know what I mean? And had Phil or Microsoft did some shit like that, it'd have been bloody hell. You know what I mean? But again, I say this: I blame Microsoft's fault because they should have came out and started putting Sony in their place back then. You know what I mean? When Sony started showing those graphs, just the difference between 720p and 1080p. Microsoft said, this is what we were, and this is what you were. How many buildings you got left to sell? You know what I mean? I'm dirty. You know what I mean? Like, how many buildings you got left to sell? You know what I mean? But again, I'm happy to see them fighting back and, at least, bragging about.
They didn't even fight back, though. All they said was...
Before they would have said nothing, though. I'm liking this Microsoft, though. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. You know what I mean?
That was a long time coming. Hal shouldn't have said anything. He was definitely...
He was in his feelings, man. That dude had a moment.
He had a moment. I mean...
He had a moment.
He had oh shit, we done woke up a sleeping giant. What did I always say? Microsoft, be the behemoth that you are.
Microsoft playing Roy Jones' song right now. Y'all must have forgot.
One of the things that also is unfair is that, all right, you have an example of if Microsoft announced HDR over OG Xbox 1.4 HDMI spec, which doesn't make any sense. Everyone would be
questioning him.
Questioning them.
Phil, how are you doing that, Phil? That's impossible, Phil. I mean, the specs read you can't do that, Phil. How are you doing it, Phil?
Yeah. Digital Foundry would have something up. People would be questioning. NeoGAF would have a thread saying that, they're basically maybe they're lying. But Sony does it, and they just say, we released it in the firmware update. It's part of 4.0. And then there's no questions asked. It's like, okay. All right, that's fine. It's like where is people questioning that? Well, it does not make any sense. It does not make any sense per HDMI specifications, per the standard, for the industry standard. So why can't they tell us about it? Nobody's even asking those questions, and that's the kid glove treatment that they get away with. Yeah, and that's why we fucking go on and on.
Yeah. I was happy to see that they starting to finally, like some of these games, talk shows that they have on YouTube, like IGN and some of the other ones. They finally coming out saying something. It ain't to the stream and what it was, but they finally saying something. I seen a video, and I seen one where they was like, we got one company. They promising us one thing with one hand, but in the other hand, it's something totally different. Like so they like Sony putting up a mirage, so they promising us the world, AAA games and all this little stuff, but in reality, it's a bunch of delays. It's a bunch of not filling their promises on what they promised to give their consumers. And I'm happy that they started to step up and say some things about it. But
here's the thing, here's what I want to say to the audience, because if you just listen to me, Showstopper, Crap, Tim, Z, all give analogies, that's fine, and we can sit here and entertain you. But I want everyone right now to just close your eyes for a second and think about this. If Microsoft launched 2 new hardware items this fall that did not have a 4K player in it, and Sony put a cheaper product out there that had a 4K player, can you just imagine the backlash? They'd be like, Microsoft tried to attack Sony, failed again. They didn't even give us 4K Blu-ray. Sony thought about it again. Sony's ahead of the game. Game on. Blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. That's not it. Now Microsoft does it, and everyone's like, wait, maybe we don't need a 4K player. Of course you need a 4K player. Are you crazy? What? You guys, if anybody's been to Target, Walmart, Best Buy, or any brick and mortar store in the last fucking 6 months, there's a 4K movie stand, fucking top to bottom, from ceiling to fucking floor, filled with 4K movies. All these movies that are coming out are all in 4K. What do you mean there's no 4K? We are not able to. I don't give a shit if you're doing 300 down and 45 up. I don't give a shit what you got as internet. You're not streaming 4K. You're not streaming 4K. So you got to use a disc. So Sony has been completely bamboozled and fucking white glove smacked by Redmond. That's what happens when you wake America up. You get smacked. You got smacked right across your face.
Damn. And Mooch sounds like he's yelling across the room. He doesn't sound close to his mic.
Yeah, he don't sound close at all.
Everyone keeps saying that. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with my mic.
Maybe your gate is down or something.
I don't know. My voice.
You was that bullhorn. You was losing it at that Trump rally, trying to make America great.
No, man, yeah. I was at the great crap debate earlier.
It does sound like it's your speaker though. It doesn't. I mean, it's your mic. It does not sound like because it just sounds like you're far away. It could
Here,
be.
let me reset it.
It's like you out in the motherfucking treehouse. No furniture. He on that Dr. Trey thing with no furniture in the house.
Sound like he's trying to be quiet.
It's like he's downstairs. It's like he's downstairs trying to argue. Like he's at the top. He's at the bottom of the stairs. Fuck felony!
Hollering through the intercom and shit. But bring me in. Who ordered Chinese? Fuck Chinese. So, hey, crap. So, what do you think about this crap? Andrew House. I didn't even know. The Mooch filled me in. What the hell? He said, but basically, what you probably know that Andrew House was like, Microsoft is done being nice, because of what the.
Yeah, I did a video about it. He complained about it or whatever. He's like, it's funny because Microsoft, we've heard how they're a different Microsoft now, but Microsoft didn't exactly go, hey, Sony doesn't have this and we do. They're just like, hey, we're the only console that has this, right? Mm-hmm. Like, when did the point get to where nice has to be you can't advertise your product? So, at the end of the day.
I don't see anything, wrong with that. And I can see they threw racial slurs out across the street or something, but what the hell's wrong with that?
I don't see anything wrong with that. What did Sony just expect Microsoft to be a floppy cock the entire generation?
Instead of floppy cock.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yo, Z, is my sound better?
Yeah, you sound a little louder.
You came upstairs.
I came upstairs. I was like, I'm waiting for the fucking pizza guy, and fuck you, Sony.
Are you at McDonald's, Mooch? In the toilet or something?
Yeah, I'm doing it right from the drive-thru, actually. Let me get a 20-piece. But no, Z, if it's still low, turn up.
I got you. I got you to the max. I got you to the moon. I got you to the moon.
And is it better or is it not better?
No, you sound better. I mean, you sound better than what you were. You don't sound like the mooch that I know, but you sound better.
All right.
You don't sound like the tenant downstairs screaming up the stairs.
So, but anyway, crap, and I asked you guys, across the board. So this new Microsoft that we have, they're out bragging, not bragging, they're just saying, hey, this is what they have to do. They have to be, first be confident in your product. I like the theme consoles and colors that we finally get, or that we've been asking for the last 3 years. They had one of the biggest multi-plats of the year, the Division, and that's still that same goddamn black console. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm liking theme. The Battlefield is nice. They got the Gears of War. What else they got? They got a few colors coming out. You know what I mean? And gamers, we're nerds. We like, we take pride in that stuff. So I'm happy that that it's really about to be a quote unquote a race again. You know what I mean? Do you think
shouldn't this holiday be a complete and utter like oblivion? Like Microsoft should obliterate them. Like you've got Gears 4, you've got Dead Rising 4, you've got Recore already out that will still sell through the holiday, and then you've got Forza Horizon 3,
Dead Rising 4, yeah. And then Killer Instinct's coming out too. And
then let's not cut Microsoft short here, guys. We did it last year. Last year we gave Sony all this credit when it wasn't necessary.
He's giving Sony credit. He's like, what
are we gonna give him credit for? What? We have Mafia 3, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1. These are the marketing rights. Remember last year? Microsoft had all these exclusive games last year. Be like, come on, Mooch, come on. They got the fucking Star Wars sticker, huh? It's
but that was Wars sticker.
That Star Wars sticker, fucking, they rolled that shit right into the fucking pine Christmas tree in each house. My point being is that why is it now all of a sudden Microsoft decided, hey, we've got all of these games now that we're promoting, right? We've got, like I said, Mafia 3 is going to be huge. That's a huge game. That's theirs. They locked down Titanfall 2. They locked down Battlefield 1. They've got the 4 fucking games coming out against what? A boy and his fucking oversized dog that's fucking going to be a PS3 game.
I seen they got I give you 18 minutes. They got 18 minutes of gameplay up. Oh, that game looks bad.
It's terrible.
And I'm not just saying that just to be weird and just no, that game right there. I'm not knocking those that like it. That's that Gundam style right there. That shit there looks weird.
But you know what? I gotta give Sony their props though, man. They really know how to market some stuff. Far as their games and get people to buy them things like real quick, especially like let's think what they did with the No Man's Sky. Mm-hmm. You know what hit everybody with No Man's Sky? It wasn't a bad marketing or PR or nothing like that. The spirit of sparse has came back. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they said our AAA game is going to be on? It's a bit sparse.
Yeah.
That spirit came back and they hit them ponies, man. Them ponies was defending that game like crazy. And I was like, man, here go that spirit again, boy. Sparseness is hitting them. They ain't even trying to, figure out what, like, if the game nice, if they're going to like it or what. You know what I'm saying? All they know, it was drought in these streets. So once they purchased the game, it wasn't what they thought it was. Now they mad. They get a refund, all that little stuff, and it was just crazy.
And, it also came out at the right time.
Drying their fan base out, and they stretching these AAA games that are these exclusive games that they have, and they stretching them so far that once they finally do come out, everybody rush and go get them because it ain't hardly nothing to play on that thing.
Yeah.
Well, again, but then also too, it came out at a good time. Summertime, which Recorder came out maybe like August, end of July. I think it probably did much better as far as the sales because there's not much. There are no big games, and
I think it's going to do fine either way.
But what's crazy? But it's been getting a lot of hate within the media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
the game does well.
I'll tell you what, though, I haven't seen so many people playing an exclusive since Halo. Just being honest, my feed is just overrun with record this and record that. So I think it's going to do well, and it doesn't really need to sell 1 million copies. Sell a couple 100,000, it's good to go. We'll get a sequel.
Look, and again, I would love to get another Sunset Overdrive. I would love to get another Quantum Break. I would love to get another Rise. You know what I mean?
Those will never happen. Those are like super.
But those were to me, but good games though.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, those are really expensive games to produce. Recore wasn't. So I think we'll probably. There's a good chance we'll see something come from that friend. I think they really like it. I think they really liked Rise, but Crytek didn't really want to play ball. So.
Yeah,
that's man. That could have been our God of War. You know what I mean? I think Rise could have been so much better if it wasn't a launch title. The story was, fantastic. I mean, it got kind of repetitive because you had the same. They let you upgrade your weapon or your little fire, bow and arrow. I think it'd have been much better. You know what I mean? But first it was a Connect game, and then, I think again, like I said, it wasn't a launch title, and they really took their time with it. I think that could have really been like, not, like our,
Hey,
own
Microsoft has thrived on getting their games out on time, though, for the most part. I mean, so I can understand why that was important to push it out when they did.
I mean, I understand. It probably sold well also. I know it did well over, probably it's a launch game. That was one thing to show off the graphical capabilities of your Xbox One. So if you didn't like the game, everybody went out and bought Rise, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But I'm talking about as far as it could have been much better. Because like I said, the Dickie kind of story I thought was fantastic.
That was the first game I played, man. I stayed up all night that night playing that damn game.
I played Rise so dang on much. I ended at least good 6-7 times. That's how good the story was.
Even the multiplayer,
everything out on.
I've never touched the multiplayer.
I liked it. It was co-op. It was good fun. It was a lot of fun. I have never
touched the multiplayer of Sunset Overdrive either. I just beat the game and never touched the multiplayer. I heard that was fun also, but at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was okay, but like the Rise stuff was like horde mode kinda, so that that was pretty cool.
Well, you guys are making game comparisons. I'll make a game comparison real quick. I mean, it's not the same genre, right? So it's not the exact same. But if Recore does good enough, and then Recore all of a sudden gets big budget for Recore 2, like, I think, in all honesty, Phil's been looking for this for a really long time, and he's been just, like, having to latch his wagon to the star of Crystal Dynamics. But I think Jewel is kind of the next Lara Croft. I mean, she can be. It's got a story. Yeah. It's got characters that are lovable in the Mac and all that other shit. I mean, there's room here for expansion. I think
Microsoft, and here's the thing, I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I was, again, so very vocal about them losing Fable. They need, they need something, another AAA blockbuster besides Halo.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you feel better. They didn't lose Fable.
What'd you say, Show?
I said they got the game that will be able to do it. It's a new character and everything. Samaritan, if they had to put that out.
Well, that was epic. Great. That was like a tech demo for showing Unreal Engine 3. I don't know what the hell Epic is doing. I don't know.
If they put that out, like if Microsoft get behind that. Oh my God.
What about Shanghai Heights? That thing they showed in 3. Yeah, you know what I mean. We haven't got.
Yeah, but what we looking for is just new characters.
something that would stick. Like I thought Quantum, like I enjoyed Quantum Break. I thought that would stick. You know, I don't know what the hell how that game bombed. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe the media killed it to 720p, but it wasn't a bad game. I don't know who can play that game and say the game is bad. Had that game been on the PS4 or something, it had been praised from here to sun up to sundown. It's much better. Listen, and I like it. Infamous. It's much better than Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
You know, by far. You know, in my opinion, I like it just as much. You know, as as Uncharted. Maybe maybe Uncharted a little bit. I don't know visually, but Microsoft need those one person story driven games, and they don't. That's what they're really lacking.
Z, real quick, just quick intermission. Send Tim another invite.
I got it.
You got it. All right, my fault.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I got that the same mistake.
All the 403 lock. Yeah.
I don't know. But hold on, you guys, hold up. That's my grandmother nursed the door. Listen, shoot, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I mean, the one thing I have to say, the game Recore, really feel like and I think Mooch alluded to it that Xbox fan, the bar is higher for us, so we are very critical of stuff like the game.
I brought that up earlier this morning. Moochie stealing my damn lines, you bastard.
I've been saying it for weeks.
He's been saying. Well, he said it like last week. He was like, "Well, you went on a little bit of a rant," but
they are like I seen Xbox dudes. They're like, man, the frame rate dipped here and like 10 times or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you never see people complain about this stuff.
Yeah,
on PlayStation games, like everybody's like Uncharted 4, perfect. Nobody will ever call out like
Bloodborne had very long load times, and everyone was
and frame rate issues all over the place,
and frame rate issues. So this game Recore, I played it. It really is a breath of fresh air. Listen, we know I'm an Xbox guy, but I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, the game is a good game. It has a really good feel to it.
Yeah.
The story I love the core bots. I love each and every one of them. Really into it. The gameplay's fun, man. Like I don't know. I was playing last night and I was playing until like 5 a.m. He bought. Shout out to him. He was like, was like, this dude's crazy. I mean, I'm just totally into this game. I have like 17 hours into this game, and the platforming is okay. I like to, I hate platforming in general, but this kind of platforming has like the transfer, like the way you get around, where you could, dash and you could jump twice. Reminds me a little bit of Sunset Overdrive, which I like. It keeps me going, and I'm always, on the run. But the boss battles are freaking epic. The music, the sound, the soundtrack is good. The sound, the score is fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, the game's not perfect. It does have load time problems. It does have a little bit of glitches here and there. Like you could, you'll be, on the desert and you'll see the screen like for a split second, But like seriously, like you're gonna rate technical waiting. People calling excruciating load times, you're gonna rate that and give that more of a scale versus in the game is very fun and does a lot of things right.
Yeah, I'm tired of the load time talk. I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of Destiny. The Destiny load times are atrocious. They're absolutely atrocious between whether it's PvP or even if it's PvE going in between missions or a raid you're going into. It takes forever to get into the game, and nobody says anything about that, though. That's fine.
Really, you shouldn't say anything.
Right, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. It's fine.
You can complain a little, but I call it the prima donna gaming culture. Okay, yeah. I played video games since I was a kid. I remember slowdowns, and actually I remember slowdowns, and I didn't think negatively about them. I thought they were funny or whatever. I didn't, it never really affected the gameplay. I'm not talking about game-breaking bugs here. Recore is a good game. It's a fun game, and it's priced right. It's a play anywhere title at $40. So it is good that the Xbox fans are actually playing the game. It seems to have gotten more play than, let's say, Quantum Break. And I gotta say something. This game right now is borderline, one of my favorite games of the year. I mean,
if they really invest into this franchise, like it could be their next big thing. I think. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they put this on Unreal Engine, and you just.
Well, let me ask you a question quick, because I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna pick it up Friday.
You'll hate it. You'll play it for about 10 minutes, and you'll be like, "This is dog shit."
You might like it.
Here's the thing. Okay, so what in your guys' opinion, what's wrong with it, and what could take it over the top, and to be like a next big,
Well, I think Tim just said it. I mean, put it on a different engine, throw a couple more dollars at it,
scale it up,
and just get the world more immersive. Like, so when you're in that sand area, like make it like completely chock full of shit.
The thing was like that outer world was like Zelda to me. That's like it's Zelda. Right, you're Link, and then you go into the dungeons, and then to me that's what it was, and it's also like got the Mega Man shooting and stuff instead of Zelda's like hit him with a sword or whatever. But yeah, that's what it was for me. The only things that bugged me were the waypoints would disappear, and you had no idea where the hell you were going, and you'd have to go back into the sand crawler, and then and then when you left, they would show back up again. Like sometimes that happened to me about a half dozen times. The frame rate bogged down probably maybe about 10 times for me overall, but it wasn't never really bad, like holy shit this is bad. It was never like that. There was a couple instances where there was like a 45-second load time or so. Nothing. It was never bad. Like I'm sitting there like, where's these horrible 2-3 minute load times people are talking about? I never hit that.
So that was one. So I mean, everybody got like a 60 on Metacritic. What was the biggest complaint?
Technical difficulties.
And what did they rank? What did they rank? No Man's Sky.
72.
72.
63 to 72, and there's No Man's Sky had much more problems than this. The worst thing about this is honestly the load times in certain areas. Not even all areas. If you're in a cavern, you'll just pop right up. There's a little bit of frame drops, but it's a little bit of like a little bit of hitching. Nothing bad. I mean,
what's funny is we admit it though. Like the Sony fans don't admit this stuff at all with their games. You know what I mean? Like everything's perfect, everything looks great. Well, these guys are going to feel really bad when Forza Horizon 3 busts that 90 plus.
You think so? You think it's going to do it?
Absolutely. That's the best racing game ever in the history of games.
What?
Just Forza Horizon 3. It's just.
I think it might hit. I might hit 4. Listen, I think it's going to hit 90. I really.
It's going to hit. It should hit 93, 94 all day.
They're offering new technology, which is the HDR. They're the first game. They're actually using it, and actually, I talked to somebody who has a build of it, and they just patched the HDR in and stuff like that. And the person was like, you got to see this. If you have an HDR TV, it's a really special experience.
Well, not even that. Like I did a.
It's so beautiful. The game's still beautiful.
The game it's not held back. Like the Forza Horizon 2, they still made that. Even though they didn't do it, there was still a 360 version. Xbox One was still rather new. This one, like you can look. I did a video like gameplay impressions on my channel today of it. It looks phenomenal. Like the trees, it looks amazing. Like,
what do you use to record your gameplay? What are you using? The Upload Studio? Or what are you using?
No, man. I bought a Elgato HD 60s, man.
You, man. Yeah. Big money crap.
Yeah, that's what I got myself when I hit 25,000 subscribers. I was like, I'm gonna buy myself that so I can capture stuff better.
What was you using before?
I was using a Roxio game capture, which is still pretty good, but it didn't do 60 FPS. You know what I mean? So I was like, I want to cap 60 FPS, 1080p. Like I had already upgraded, got a new computer at the beginning of the year. Now I can cap 1080, 60. You know what I mean? So I'm ready to go, man. I was like, and I love it.
So what do you do though, Cap? Do you grab the footage and then put it on OneDrive from your Xbox One and then just pick it up on your PC?
Nah, dude. Like what you do with these things is you hook up your cap card to your PC or laptop, and then you plug in. You plug. This thing is super small. It's like the size of a fucking cell phone.
Yeah, no, I know what it is, but
and then you just plug in the HDMI cable into that, and then one out to the TV, and then boom, you just hit record on your PC, and then you record your footage. And then what I do is I put it on Sony Vegas Pro and just like
So how do you have your PC so close to your TV?
Well, it's not. It's like that was the problem. I actually had to buy. I had my cap card for a while. I was waiting for some extra cables to come in. I actually had to buy a couple of 10-foot like USB 3.0 cables.
Yeah,
so that I could do it.
Okay.
It was difficult because it's not really close by, so it's like I don't have like a good enough laptop, because to run a HD 60s you need a pretty good computer.
Shout out to Matty Monk, Matty Beastfire. Now Matty said to me, he's like, instead of returning one of your Xbox One S's next year, he's like, honestly, if you got your Office, because next year I'm with Zaire. I heard Zaire cussing under his breath. I've been cussing a little bit myself. I think I'm going to end up getting I'm not building a PC for gaming, but I want a PC for my office use again, and I'm gonna kind of not go Mac for not for the PC one.
Yeah. I like Mac and all, but I'm gonna start.
And then I'm gonna get a nice. This is next year. I'm gonna get a nice 4K monitor, and then I'm gonna bring the one of the Xbox One S's into the office. That way, I can cap it and do all that shit right while I'm playing. It'll all be right now. That's the way to do it. And Matty's like, he said he made that change. He's got one. So that way I'd have one system set up where it's a couch living, you know what I mean? Feet up on the coaster, drinking, living, relaxing. And then you can have another one where it's more like, all right, I'm going to play a little tonight, but while I'm playing, I can also grab some good footage for a video. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of do like two birds with one stone in the office. So, but yeah, because if I had to do what Crap did, shit, I don't even know where I'd go. I need like 60-foot fucking USB and HDMI cable.
Yeah, well, if you have a good enough laptop, you can do it.
I guess you can do that. That's true.
Didn't you buy though from Mooch? Didn't you buy an Elgato for like?
I did. I bought it for a day and returned it because I bought the Elgato because I was working with Maka and I was working with Inferno to try and get my laptop, see if I can get it so that we could, because this was before Microsoft Xbox One had the everybody chat in Twitch.
Yeah.
So now you can do that, and you can grab everybody in your group, but we couldn't do that at the time. So when I was live streaming with Larry Herb soccer cars, we tried that. So they're like, the other way to do it is go get an Elgato. Yeah, and that Elgato was, I think, remind me if I'm wrong, I think it was just under $200, right?
160.
Yeah, it was one. Mine was 179.
I have one over here.
I remember 180. Yeah,
I don't have the 60 frame. I have the other one.
Yeah, the regular ones are like 150 or whatever now, but like the HD
right
60s, those are the ones that can cap in.
One right here.
Yeah,
I might just get this motherfucker away. I'm not even using it. But I'm gonna buy a 60. I'm gonna buy a camera and a new mic, and because I have I'm gonna start using my rig. And I have a 4K television of 49-inch on my.
See, I do gotta say, you got a more powerful rig than I'll ever have. But I got a
$12,000 PC.
But hear me out now. I just want to warn everybody: a rig is like a college degree. If you leave it in the corner and you don't use it for a long time, it becomes worthless. So what I'm saying is, you might want to get that fucker hooked up.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I'm just gonna start using it to do my videos on. I'm about to retire the Mac, man.
Me too. I'm with you, Z. I think I like my Mac. I really do. But this is probably the Mac's turning 7 now. So I mean, I would say maybe next year, the year after, I might do. I'm not gaming on it. I'm not building craps that even.
No.
I'm not gaming. I just want to have a PC in the office because let's be honest, me and Crap are trying to do all these different programs for different shows, and you try to do different things. The PC just is flexible with so many different software programs.
What was funny was listening to Mooch on his PC, and he doesn't know how to use it at all. So his channel sounded like he was like retiring, like Lou Gehrig's today.
I like Crap will take two different situations. Like I just got into an awful car accident. I broke both my legs, and he's like, "Well, you should have seen Mooch on the racetrack today trying to run in that wheelchair. He could barely move, that fucker." I was like, "Wait a minute! I had my PC up and running. The thing is, Jay Williams was trying to get me this new mixer software. So Crap's right. So when I had the mixer software hooked up to my mic, it did make it sound like I was he said Lou Gehrig. What is it you said I was? Today was the greatest day of my life. Fly.
It was all echoey and shit. But you know what's funny? Great. Have you ever seen the movie The Other Guys with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah,
I try to avoid any movie he makes, but go ahead, please.
Okay, well, he's in it with Will Ferrell, right? And
Yeah.
he
He
knows how to do ballerina and shit, right? And he learned how to do ballet to mock the quote unquote fairies down the road, right? So he learned how to dance ballet.
Said mock the fairies down the road.
Yeah, that's what he says. That's what he says in the movie. Okay,
So you politically correct on that one. I want you to talk to me.
So he also learns how to play the harp sarcastically to mock the people that do that, right? And Will Ferrell's like, you learned how to dance like that, ballet sarcastically, and he's like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's basically what I have my PC for. Like I have a pretty powerful PC, way more powerful than Xbox One or PS4 or PS4 Pro, and I use it just to make videos about consoles. Like it's totally just to mock the PC fan base sarcastically. Like it's so much more powerful, and people are just like remember that one dude Z who always tweets us, and I got him muted.
Oh
now?
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. He's always.
You know what? I don't think he means any harm though, man.
I mean, he always likes my videos and stuff, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to mute him. I didn't.
The Scorpio was going to kill the 1080 is going to destroy the Scorpio. What that guy there?
Yeah,
His name is Rich Review Cucumber on YouTube. Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so I was just like, man, dude.
Yeah, he does every. I asked him last night. It was like 2 in the morning. You know, I'm late. I said, bro, come on, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning with this shit. He said, no, I don't mean any harm, man. I'm gonna get this Scorpio. I'm like, all right, god damn.
Who is this?
The guy, what the hell is his name on Twitter? But he's always talking about the 1080 is going to destroy the Scorpio.
The GT.
Hey,
and I was just like, dude, I couldn't take it anymore, dude. He's like, yeah, this and that, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand. My PC's already better than these consoles, but I don't want to sit there and play with play on my PC. It's just that's not fun for me. You know,
it's not.
Like it's all I'm all console. I always have been.
You know what? I'm not knocking those that like that. I've more than spent my. Honestly, whether you choose to believe me, I don't give a shit. I done bought. In my lifetime, 3 rigs, right? I could have bought a decent car, well over a luxury car. It's just not for me. I just like consoles. I guess like the simplicity, sit down and plug and play. And for me, like I said, one of the biggest turn-ups to me with PC game is when I got the first rig that, you had those Steam summer sales and all that, whatever sale it was. And I bought all these games, and when the rig came and I hooked it up, like 3 of the games, one of the games was Dirt 3, I believe it was. Wouldn't boot up for shit. And like I said, it's not like Steam has a customer service number. I had to go to this Russian site, patch a file, extract it. And I don't want to go through all that shit, man.
That's not fun for me. I like in-game chat.
I like talking. I don't like being at a disadvantage with just mouse and keyboard.
Use Ventrilo or whatever, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Yeah. And also, you know what? As lame as it sounds, I still like my physical copies of games, so...
You know what? That didn't really bother me. It was just like I like the social aspect of consoles. You know what I mean? I like the I haven't I believe it or not, I haven't even tried Windows 10. I updated my rig, but I haven't even tried the Xbox. I haven't even tried it yet. But I just like talking to my friends and and party chats and all that. That's just me.
Here's the thing: is to me, like PC to me is the most irrelevant thing. Like I can count on one hand. I got over 1,000 videos on my channel, and I think I have 3 that have anything PC related because it's so irrelevant to me. You know what I mean? And it's just like people can game on what they want, but at the end of the day, the PC crowd is like they feel like there's, they got it's like play on PC. It's better. I'm like, dude. If it's better, there's a million times I could have done videos about PC. Batman ran like crap. The BioShock collection runs
That's
like crap.
what I'm saying, crap.
Everything runs like crap. You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's not worth my time to really talk about that.
You know what? When it's crazy. They call me, like they call us and say we don't know what the hell we're talking about. And when Steam or Valve will release these servers, right? And they like to talk about these powerful rigs, and when less than 3% of them are actually gaming in 4K, right? So just think about this. My theory, even better than that. I would even go to that. Only 34% of those guys are gaming in 1080p. 34%, right? That took the search. So you got the Xbox One and you got the PS4. 90% or whatever the case. The games that are come out or 1080p, 30 or whatever the case are gaming in a higher settings than fucking these rigs. You know what I mean? At the end of that's what I find funny as hell. And they come with these, I don't know, man. I just think it's the funniest shit in the world. The Scorpio is going to, even if the fucking PS4 Pro would dance circles around a lot of motherfuckers gaming rigs. The Scorpio, like again, 6 T-flops in a closed environment. Oh my God, I can't, optimization. I can't fucking wait, man. I can't wait.
Well, Shannon said for first party titles, pretty much they're all gonna be native 4K. So.
But Rob Perkins said this when he said that the Gears of War 4 was made with Scorpio in mind.
Well,
Those
look,
are his
Scorpio is going to be. I've heard this around the block.
6.7.
No. Scorpio is going to run Gears 4 native. That's going to be a patch.
Well, yeah. Look, any game that's on Windows 10 right now on Xbox One is just going to get patched up. You're going to have Killer Instinct. You're going to have Gears 4. You're going to have Forza Horizon 3. Those are all going to be native 4K.
Forza 7,
Forza 7, Scalebound, Crackdown.
Halo Wars 2.
These games are all going to be native 4K on Xbox One, and probably I'm buying into the Xbox Kool-Aid. I think Halo 3 Anniversary is going to be native 4K, 60 frames per second.
Next year?
That just makes sense to do that.
Next year?
Yeah, because that's the 10-year anniversary of the game, and they'll want to get a 4K Halo out, like anniversary style.
That will be huge.
Well, I'll tell you, it's either
that
going
would
to
be huge. That would sell like hotcakes, man.
Yeah.
And that would sell consoles.
I mean, Microsoft, if they don't deliver 4K native, they're gonna eat a lot of.
That's why that was a bold statement, though.
They're gonna eat a lot of hate, but if they do deliver it, well, they just shut everyone up.
Yeah. Well, you know what the good thing is? They got time because they haven't even like everybody was like, well, Sony has enough time to react, and now we know Sony was just like twiddling themselves. You know what I mean? They weren't doing anything because they don't respect anybody. They think that their consumers are stupid enough to buy whatever shit they shovel out, and to be honest with you, a lot of times they're right.
They don't. Unfortunately, they don't. They're held to a different standard. That's the bottom line.
They are.
They're
held to a completely different standard.
You know what, though? I would say this, and I at the end of the day, and not saying that I don't enjoy what I do and the whole persona of next gen. Even what we do here, I wish that the gaming industry was fair. You know what I mean? Call Microsoft out for something they do. You call Sony out for something that they do. And, we can just, keep things down the middle. But, it's like, we do because no one really calls Sony out for what they do. You know what I mean? It's, you do what you do, crap, Mooch Tim, and I do, and Show when he does his videos. Like, I just want things to be fair. That's all. You're not asking them to kiss.
I would like the hate to stop, but I know that that's unrealistic. But if I'm gonna point out the hate and I'm gonna throw it around on somebody, you can't say that I'm being a dick. I'm just giving you what you dish out. And it seems like Sony and a lot of the media and the fanboys, they can dish it, but they can't take it. And I'm sorry. I'm a guy that I believe that if you're gonna be able to push it, you better take it because if you can't push, you can't take your own medicine. That's on you. There's no reason to cry about it, Yeah. But would I like everything to be fair and not to be the bullshit? Yeah, but unfortunately, these sites work on clickbait. They right now they're a little confused, but they push a lot of bullshit. They're not. They're not being fair in a lot of cases. They're being total hypocrites and double standards. Again, this show particularly has always been an outlet for speaking out against that, and that's what this show is about. And for me, it's just about getting the word out. You know what I mean? I do plenty of podcasts, but this show does go after the media, and it needs to. And in my opinion, it needs to be done because if nobody says it, people just accept it, and that can't happen. You can't accept something that's not fair or that's not.
You know what's helped, even though like people like Colin Moriarty and those guys are kind of scumbags. He called Sony out. He's I did
a video on that.
It was so funny too because he's like, you know what, Sony hasn't had any games. He's like another holiday with no games, and he's like, and he was honest about it, and he really kind of rubs it in because the Sony fanboys have their list, right? They're like Neo and all these games, like
Gravity Rush,
Pico 5, Gravity Rush 2, like these are games that nobody cares about, right? Nobody cares about these games, right? And so even The Last Guardian and Colin Moriarty, King Pony, is like nobody cares about The Last Guardian. He's like nobody cares about Gravity Rush.
10 years.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He's like nobody cares about it. You know, he's like Sony isn't getting their games out.
Smaller amount of people, definitely. It's not the mass. Holidays, and you look at the industry. Holidays have always been your big market games, your big AAAs. You follow third party, all release their big triple plays in the holiday season. You know, it is when you release your game because basically you're going to recoup your money on it, and people spend money on it. So, and people like to have games during the holiday. I mean, Christmas time, what are you going to do? You want to play your big games. You want to play Gears. You don't want to be playing some fucking
you don't want to be playing Gravity Rush 2 or Neo. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, people are gonna. It's down to the individual. But if you're gonna talk about the industry and what makes the industry go, that's what makes the industry go. AAAs are big games. They sell the most. Most people play them. Most people are online. That's just the way it is, you know. To not have a AAA for 3 holidays.
How many times have we heard? How many times have we even heard about that weirdo game? What's that one that Showstopper used to like defend?
Persona 5.
Yeah, Persona. That one's still not even coming out this year.
That one.
That's been rumored to come out for 2 years now.
Yeah, I remember fucking listen, and also I remember dealing with people throwing Tomorrow's Children in my face.
Don't forget One Piece.
Releases and nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, 45 whatever.
Don't forget One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece, but you know what? I just had an epiphany here. I just had a next gen 720 moment here. You know, maybe why kind of Sony maybe took their foot off the gas for this holiday season because they have the marketing rights for the biggest Call of Duty, the multi-plat.
But they have the Call of Duty that's got the most dislikes and that people aren't looking.
Well, I mean, what they had with what's the Black Ops 3? I mean, Black Ops 3.
They a lot of money for that, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
and maybe that's right. Destiny. They got Destiny.
But it's only DLC. But what did them really good last year was the Star Wars stuff, which they don't have this year.
Yeah, that was huge, man. That was really huge. I told you guys that was huge. I told you that was going to be even people that are not, video game guys. You have Star Wars junkies that would go out and just buy that just to have a theme, Star Wars, just to put up. Like I said,
right. They like Show said, they do one thing right. They're very good at marketing. They're very good at saying, hyping stuff up. Adam Boyes, who basically let go, in my opinion, or was shown the door. Yeah. I don't know how you can deny that when nobody really even gave him a send off or. The respect that he probably did deserve. We don't like Adam. But you know what? He was a guy that the Sony fan, he
gamed at least.
Yeah, he gamed, and they took pride in him, and they just showed him the door. But he did a great job. I remember when I was watching. Remember last year we were like, I said that Microsoft was going to sweep the MPDs, which they didn't, and I was wrong. But I remember, I
seen a meme with egg on your face somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you get it right, you get it right. But I remember watching an ad, and he was playing Star Wars, and he was just, he was really doing a good job. And I looked at it and I said, "There's no way that Microsoft's going to touch this because they nailed down the marketing." So marketing matters. A lot of deceiving goes on with certain stuff. People think that certain games are exclusive, and Sony's good at that. And I will say, might not be. I will give credit to them for doing that. Now, Microsoft, on the flip side, I have to say, lately, their marketing game has really been on target. Like they're taking
that Battlefield one in particular was really good.
The Battlefield
console, they did it.
Today they just said, I was watching the NFL, these NFL commercials that they have, the one for Madden. Basically, they said they were touting the Xbox Live as the fastest network, and they're just doing a good job. And that's
now they have that independent study that proved that Xbox Live is faster, more reliable, has better voice chat,
quicker to get into parties. Whatever, we all knew that, and then the Sony.
We knew this, but now that it's in print, now Xbox can talk about it.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years, man. We're like, hey,
it was obvious.
Points. Yeah,
it was obvious.
But the ponies were all still like, no, they're about, like, you'll still get people that argue that people that they're basically on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
get some people like saying, "Oh, well, you could do multiple downloads." Listen, there's the Xbox with the way it downloads and the speed of just connecting to things and just the way surfing. When you get on the Xbox and you download or you join a party, it's just faster. It's always been faster. It is what it is. You know what I mean? There's been videos made. It has faster. It always had a faster wireless. Ethernet, it always seems to outperform. I mean, I've seen it real time personally on my own network. But, Microsoft has been putting money into Xbox Live since 2001. They have a cloud compute server farm called Thunderhead.
They thought ahead of themselves and thought, hey, people might want to be able to change their names online. Imagine that. And Sony's like, here it is, 2016, and we're looking into that. We'll get back to you.
That's crazy. That's right there. Like,
it was always obvious, but my point is that their marketing finally seems to be getting better. It seems to be taking it to it.
I don't know who has a PS4 here still. I know I do.
I do.
If you boot up that latest update, now they have that stuff on the left. It's just like Xbox Live, that UI.
Yeah.
Like if any of those PlayStation fanboys were like, that Xbox UI is shit, man. Well, guess what, man? You just downloaded shit because they basically copied it from the ground up. I was like,
Everything this generation, last generation, has all been Sony copying Microsoft on every front. And here's the other thing. Here's the kicker. They even went as far as to copy not only the good, but they're copying the bad. Because apparently they didn't learn from the Kinect. They went and made their own peripheral, and they're about to sit in their own pile of shit they created.
Yeah.
That PSVR is garbage. And you know what?
You can win it from Taco Bell, though, Mooch. Go buy yourself a...
Yeah, so after you eat shitty food, you can enjoy a shitty experience.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that that there hasn't been any hype with VR. I mean, I remember Cliffy B acting like it was the...
Cliffy B. What a has-been.
He was saying, VR is the next big thing. Listen, I thought it would take off a little bit more than it did. Look, Vive and Oculus they don't have any games, and now
the reason I made the statements I made, but Tim, the reason I made the statements I did was at the Build conference earlier this year. There was a gentleman that was doing something. I don't remember what publication he was working for, but he's like, "Let's tour the floor." And they were just touring the floor. It was nothing specific. I don't even know who the guy was. It's irrelevant. But every booth was VR. Everybody. I'm telling you, a guy who was selling a fucking kitchen faucet. He's like, "Do me a favor, put this headset on, sir." I'm like, "It's a fucking faucet. I don't need a fucking VR tour of it. I got it. Just turn the water on." But my point being is, I could see it was being forced. And now, listen, you go to Best Buy, go to GameStop, go to Verizon Wireless, go wherever you want. There's a fucking headset there. You can try the Galaxy. People got the Vive set up everywhere. My GameStop has the Vive set up. You can always try it out. The whole center of the store is locked off. There's nobody there, though. There's nobody in it. No, and I said to them, I'm like, who's using it? They're like, nobody.
Don't you remember I said this 2 months ago? I'm like, guess what? VR's out. Yep. Nobody cares.
It's dead.
Newsflash. You know what I mean? Nobody
cares. I got into a huge argument on Twitter, okay? Tim, you might have spotted this, with one of the King neutrals, and that's what sparked this whole thing, is because I said PSVR is a fad. And they're like, how dare you say that? Who are you? Who is, I don't know, somebody who can read? I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm somebody special. All I'm saying is you can see that this is a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Nobody. Tim, you just said yourself before the show, right? I'm going to use Tim as an example here. Tim goes, man, I'm fucking tired. And Z was like, why? What's going on? What happened this week? Tim's like, nothing happened this week. It's called work. I was working. And he's like, I'm fucking tired. And now, could you imagine Tim coming home and being like, honey, could you pass me the motorcycle helmet? I want to throw that shit on. I want to disappear into this couch for a few hours. No, we are not going to do that, bro. I mean, this shit is not going to fly.
It has to have. It has to have.
Wait, hold up,
It has to have that game. It seems like PlayStation VR and VR just in general seems to be something that you experience, you think it's pretty cool the first time, but the longevity is really kind of in question.
Right.
You just brought up a scenario. When I come home, or anybody that comes home, I just feel people, if they want a game, they're gonna go on their PlayStation or they're gonna go on their Xbox and they're gonna join their party and they're gonna, be a social. This is not really a social experience. Basically, it's an experience where you're in your own world, and you got to put this thing on your head. You got to, could it be cool the first 3 times? But I just don't see it being after that.
I think the biggest issue, and the same thing with the Kinect this generation, that they don't have not one must-have title. That would, like with the Kinect, you had Kinect Sports or Just Dance.
But Zaire, can I just say something to somebody in the chat real quick? Sam Walton writes, if you haven't tried it, you're missing it. Sam, this goes out to you, Sam. I also haven't jumped out of an airplane. I also haven't gone into the Atlantic Ocean in an iron tank to see the fucking sharks up close and personal. But from a long distance from my couch on HGTV or travel or whatever to travel, I know that I don't want to do that. I've seen these idiots at these fucking like booths putting these massive headsets on, looking ridiculous, playing games that have no interest at all to me. I don't care.
They're not even really games. They're quote-unquote experiences.
Yeah, they're not games.
They're not, it really is an experience. Now, is there some people that might like it or they want to do it?
Sure.
Yeah, but, I mean, for me, I could just, listen, I've been gaming all my life. I've been gaming when some of you people in the chat were freaking in diapers or were freaking, whatever, swimming in whatever. You just weren't around. But I'm very tired.
I got
it. Basically, I know what I can see what the experience is about. I just don't know if I want that thing on my head too. Like that is something that, I just don't want that physically on me. I'd rather just play and pick up a controller. Sometimes even turning on the Xbox and just getting in and dealing with that sometimes is for me.
Well said, Tim. Well said. I agree. I know exactly what you mean by that sentence.
Lately I've been just turning on the Surface. I turn on my Xbox remotely, and then I stream it because I just want to lay down and just be relaxed. Now I'm 40 years old, so I'm not going to say that I have the energy of a 20-year-old. I don't. So maybe a 20-year-old might really be into it and like that, but for me, I'm not gonna fucking come home and
no. You know what, Tim? A 20-year-old right now sleeps in an apartment in San Francisco where his bed comes out of the wall. He doesn't have room. All right? He doesn't have room to be walking around like he's a blind guy, fucking searching for
money too.
And it's ridiculous. $400. Listen, this is another guy, Jay Doe, who's in the comment section. He goes, hey, Sam Walton, I also haven't shoved the pine cone up my ass, and I don't want to experience that either. My point being is that, that was great. But, my point being is that, I'm not spending $400 for your experiences, Sony. Sorry. I don't give a shit. I'll just take the fucking 65-inch television I got, my comfortable couch, my feet up, and a fucking cold drink of Jack Daniels waiting for me. I don't need your experiences. I just don't. And you know what? Here's the funny part. Every time I have this conversation with somebody on Twitter, they're like, but Mooch, they sold out. They sold out on their first order that they mimicked, which they decided the number. Out of 40 million PS4s out there, the rumor is 100,000 or with the initial orders went out. That's nothing. And that's your Sony Elite buying that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Again, I don't think, unless they can get their own version of an addictive game like Candy Crush or maybe they go Minecraft or
they need the killer app. That's
I don't know. Not one game.
People are saying it's that Res game or whatever that is. Like people.
The stick figure game. The stick figure.
Yeah, the stick figure game. You run around. It's basically like what is it? Like shoot a ball into a. What is it called?
I like the head bobbing one. I get fucking.
Danger ball. Cue it up, Jamie.
I get dizzy from fucking getting up too quick at work. Fucking. I'd be fucking falling over myself.
Jay Doe does make a point. He says the killer app is porn, but you don't need to spend $400 or $500 on it to that. You can just get one of them.
True.
You can get one of those Google things and put your phone in there for $20-$30. You know what I mean? You don't need a $500 setup or
You know,
anything.
when they initially announced this crap, I thought that I was excited for
I'm
it.
a faggot that likes gadgets.
Yeah. I thought about, if I play God of War, I'm a big God of War fanboy, and I looked down at I'm Kratos, I'm inside the game. I was all about it, you know what I mean? But then, that it's, it wasn't that what I thought it was going to be, you know what I mean? And the games that they've shown this far, I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna actually listen. I'm this guy, whoever that guy Walton is. I'm gonna actually make it a point. I'm off next Monday, so I'm off a couple of days next week. I'm gonna actually go try this. Go try Oculus. I'm gonna go try the Sony VR. I'm gonna give it a shot, and I will report back to you. I'm
Bring
gonna
a handy wipe or something. Clean that thing out before you use it.
Yeah, that's a
they
good
usually have
point.
the wipes on it. I haven't seen one in mine.
They're not hard to get into. I heard, like Mooch said, they really are pretty accessible, which is surprising. When Kinect first came out, you remember there were like kids and there were everyone that were playing in front of the Kinect.
Everyone.
You couldn't get near it.
And you know what? I might upload my video. Remember that? It would take the first 10 seconds of you playing with Just Dance and
oh Jesus! I deleted all that shit.
I'm in some boxer briefs. I'm in there cutting up, man. Going to town. I might upload the video, man.
Yeah, I said you were twerking and stuff. You were like, yeah.
So I don't know. It definitely seems like the hype just in VR has really.
So they haven't even shown it. They haven't even shown it. They didn't. They had their own event and they didn't even show it.
But God, honestly, didn't you think it'd be a little bit bigger? I mean, October is like right around the corner, and I don't know.
I don't even think you can. Someone just asked Sony. I was reading in one of those live streams. When are you going to be able to pre-order the games? I don't even know how you're able to get the games. Are they just digital only titles, or someone put that in the chat? Like, Sony, when are you going to
probably digital.
Well, no, you can buy physical titles, though. I mean, you can.
Yeah,
I don't think they're not out for pre-order or something. That's what the guy put in the chat. I don't know what
they might do only digital. A lot of these games are add-on. They're add-ons experience. I hate to say, like Batman. Everyone's saying Batman. Okay, you're going to be in Batman's Batcave, and you're going to look around, and you're going to see, a Batman belt, and you're going to see your helmet, and then you're going to pick your helmet up.
For detective mode.
And then you're going to put it on, and then you might play some on-the-rails type race. But you're not, like the games, like, would you rather, let's be honest here, would you rather play Drive Club on your face, or would you rather play it on a 4K?
There you go. You can get Batman VR on Amazon for $19.96.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it releases on October 13th.
Now, my question to you guys, this is a serious question, and this goes for Xbox. If you could play Forza Horizon 3, now you realize, like, the Drive Club on PSVR is not going to, it's dumbed down. It's not going to be what you see on just even a standard PS4. Would you rather play on a 4K TV or on VR?
Oh, of course, a 4K TV.
4K TV. Yeah. I mean, look, that's the next thing I'm getting, right? Like this. Have
you decided what you're going to get, Grant?
I'm not yet. I mean, look, I'm not like probably something Samsung, but like I know, like you and Mooch, like these big 55. Like I sit rather close to mine.
Oh shit, Grant! I get a 32 inch.
The good thing about 4K, when you could sit right up next to it, it's fucking clear as day.
Yeah, so I'm on something probably like 43, maybe 50.
You should go 50. Go 55, dude. It's right in front of your face, but it does if you put a 1080p, you might get blotching and you might get breaking up in the pictures. 4K, you could put your face on it and it's clear as day.
It's not that. It's just when I play competitively, it's hard to take in the whole screen.
I mean, I don't want to get used to it. You get used to it.
Yeah. No. I never I've never gotten used to it. Like, that's why I play on the size screens that I do right now. You know what I mean? Like some people play on I play on
17. You play on a 17-inch.
No.
Crab got that bitch in his lap and he naked from the waist below. Like, doop.
No, only when Microsoft wins the NPD, and then I got the mayonnaise, and I'm like rubbing it all over.
Oh man!
No, that's review time.
That's gross. But check this out. Some of these games are expensive. They have something called VR Worlds. It's $40. This other game called Rigs is $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Star Trek Bridge Crew Simulator, $60.
Star Trek. Let's call what?
Listen to the name of it though. It's Simulated Bridge Crew, which means you walk around the bridge and do nothing.
Trek. Yeah, and it's $60.
Yeah, pick up. Hit this button to engage to go into warp speed. So you pick your controller up. I mean, listen, if that does it for you, that does it for you. For me, I'm just I called it from the beginning when I saw VR. I said these are add-on experiences. These are walking simulators. These are most of these games are going to be that. Now they might have some games. I think that they have
like $40.
I mean,
what's weird? They haven't really addressed the fact that okay, you can get the VR bundle, right? And it's like $500 or whatever, but that doesn't even come with a headset.
Yeah,
like the ear set or whatever. You
have to supply your own sound.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I mean, and then to get the ones that they suggest, that's another $160.
See, that's why Microsoft was smart to just basically hedge their bet and just basically do a partnership with Oculus. If it did kick off, then they have a partner.
They have the best one.
That they basically could have had a console, and I said this earlier. But you know what? That's why they waited. People want the 4K. They want the more powerful machine. People say, well, 4K, it's going to be 4K 30 with medium settings. It's going to come down to what the developer wants for their game. Now, 4K for first-party titles is going to look great because they're working firsthand with the system. They're usually, you look at like Turn 10, what they do. Well, you look at for Forza Horizon 3, and you're like, wow. Now, third-party guys, they're probably going to have the option. They might have options to make 1080p 60, which everyone talks about. If they do that, the Scorpion's going to dance around.
Yeah.
The PS4 Pro. So Microsoft is smart to wait the year, and they've been making a lot of good decisions lately, and I think that bugs Sony out, and I think that Sony just expects just people to buy their shit and not question them, and do whatever they want. But I don't know if it's going to happen because Microsoft's game right now is stepped up. So, and you also have Nintendo. We'll see what NX. I don't want to get the year going.
Oh no! I want that shit there.
But who knows? Nintendo might come something that fucking blows us away.
I doubt that very seriously.
You never know. But we're not talking about Nintendo. Yeah. We're here for a fucking hour.
We'd have to hear the way Zaire pronounces Mario as Mario.
Wait, what I call Mario? The fuck,
it's man. Mario.
Mario, man. Fuck it. Mario's real name is Raheem. Okay, go. Yes,
no. I was just like I said. I'm very punchy tonight because I've had 2 hours.
We about done. So, but anyway, let's see. Crap, Mooch, your show's going. He's back in the attic. Unless you guys have anything else to say.
No, man.
Well, is there any other news? There was Shannon's comments. There was House's comments. There was the demo for. Did anybody get NBA 2K17?
I got it.
I played the. You know what? Actually, I played the. They
played My Story.
Yeah, they played that was the free whatever that was. Yeah, yes, that was actually kind of fun. Like I thought that it was going to be real complicated, but it was actually pretty easy.
Tell you, how many 4Ks did you buy? You bought that LG one, right? That like the Xbox one. Did you?
Yeah, I bought that. I copped the bundle. The
$800 bundle, right?
Yeah, I gave that to my daughter, and it has the basement. And I just recently, what day was it? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, Friday, whatever of last week. I bought the KS 9000 and the KS.
Oh, you got the 9000
and the 8500, yeah. But my daughter's having her first apartment. She had a housewarming for her and her husband, their first place. And I let him. He drove me up there with his truck. I let him have the 9000. No, I gave him I like the curve. I like they're the same fucking set. Like literally, I went to ratings. This first time I ever started using them, but they're the same.
Do you notice the HDR? Do you know like this?
Oh yeah,
it looks very good.
Yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference. You can definitely tell the difference.
Good too. I mean,
tell the difference.
It's a lot like 16 though, but it
Well,
definitely
did you guys see all the games? Like, I'm actually happy that Sony's supporting HDR as well because that means, yeah, like what do they announce? Resident Evil 7 is going to be HDR. NBA 2K17.
When's Resident Evil 7 come out?
2017.
Next year, yeah.
Listen, Resident Evil games like 5 and 6 have always been getting the bad reviews. I'm gonna say fuck the reviews ahead of time. I'm getting 7. Fuck it.
I like the 5. 6 I didn't like. I like the 5. Sorry, I like it.
I loved Resident Evil, and I gotta buy
6
Resident Evil 6, but
it's in first person. I'm not buying it. The whole game is in first person.
5 was good.
I like the 5. 6 I didn't care
I
for.
played through 5, but like
I actually liked 5 because it was co-op.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the mechanics sucked in 5, but whatever.
I like 5. I mean,
6. What the fuck? He was John Claude Van Damme or something. I didn't care for 6. And that raccoon. I mean,
don't even go there.
I had
that raccoon city. Oh shit! Lord,
don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, that Ghost. I mean, what the fuck we talking about? Resident Evil. That one right there. I don't know what the hell that was. That was co-op too.
It was
that
like
was
Liberty
trash.
City or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. That was trash. Resident Evil looks scary again, but if it's in first person, I can't. I ain't gonna touch it. I'm done with it. I can't do horror in first person. I'll shit on myself. But other than that, we can get the hell up out of here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for swinging out.
Yeah.
Small talk. Catch us Monday, Xbox Beastfire. Wednesday, Xbox Nation. Monday too. Also TXR podcast. It's Monday, right, Tim?
Yeah. 10 o'clock. I got like 20. I got 20 interviews this week. I mean, I have some crazy.
You're the man. You're the man.
I think I'm gonna burn out though. I think I might, just fall off the face of the internet for about 3 days or something.
And
I have a shot right now.
Crossfire and
yes sir.
I'm sorry. And Thursday, the multiplayer podcast. Thank you guys for rocking out with us. As always, man, supporting us and what we do. We out here.
Yeah,
bacon.